Well, let's all get set for a TV POW game right now, and this time, let's limit it to callers only in Sullivan County. Don't anybody else call me unless you live here in Sullivan County.
How do you tell left from right?
The Morning Stream. Let's do the time warp again.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to TMS. It is the morning stream for Monday, June 9th, 2025. Scott Johnson here, Brian Ibbott there.
Hi. Hello.
Good morning. How are you?
It's another week. It's a brand new week. I'm good, man. How are you doing?
I'm good. You know, as your ride looms closer, I think about it a lot for some reason this time
do
of
you?
year. Yeah, I do. Well,
probably as much as I think about it, or maybe almost as much as I think about it.
I just feel like you and I are, you know, because we talk every day, and I think we're dudes of a certain age, you know?
Yeah.
And I just know this is a big undertaking, and so I just worry a little. Not worry, I just want it to go well, that's all.
The older I get, the more I worry too, Scott, because, I'm no spring chicken anymore, and...
It sounds like you might have a story to tell. Tell us.
I might have a story. Let's just get right into it.
Sure.
This last weekend, Saturday, was the training ride, and I've been gearing up. I've been practicing, doing at least 3 regular rides a week, increasing the severity and time and mileage of each ride, and making sure that get plenty of hills and things like that.
Yeah,
and so got up at the ass crack of dawn on Saturday morning to be at the parking lot where all this starts, between 6:45. About 6:45 is when I got there a.m. And this is for a big 29-mile. They call it the high roller training ride because only if you raise enough donations over a certain limit, you're put into the top 150 participants.
Wow.
Based on how much you raise.
Gotcha.
And only those 150 people get invited to this ride. So
and you can drink all you want while on the ride, like the high roller. That's the rule, right?
Right. It's the high roller bar car. Scott, if only. If only, I think that might have made things a lot better for me. So we all met up there. There were about, of the 150 people to get invited, there were maybe about 50 riders, and everyone was able to invite a +1, and so there were probably about 70 people on this ride.
Okay,
so
that's a decent number of people.
It's a decent number of people, and I look around, and dude, it is exactly the group that I described last week. It is the young, frickin' works for a law firm accountant, or is the CFO of this venture capital company, or this
they're real go-getters. These guys, they're just out there.
Real go-getters. Yeah. And their calves are like a freaking cinder block, like it's a cinder block stretched in a skin sock on the back of each of their legs.
Wow.
And they're all young, and they're all, skinny, and they're all ready to do this. And I'm the old fat guy who decided to play in their sandbox. Now, last year, I did the training ride, but because it was a film sack day, I timed as I looked at the map of the training ride and saw that it comes within between half a mile and a mile from the house. So started up at the regular point with everybody else, and I even let, there are a couple of guys from my team there, and I said, hey, just letting you know, when we get to the point where we get close to my house, I'm just going to peel off and go home because I tell them I've got a Zoom meeting because if I go into, I'm gonna go talk with 4 guys about crawl.
No, this is 100% the right way to do that thing. Yeah. I do the same thing every time someone asks.
Yeah, exactly. You can tell the people you talk to in life. You can tell the people who be like, oh yeah, I know what a podcast is. Oh, that's really cool. Sounds good. What's the name of it? I'll check it out.
Yeah.
But then there are the guys who are like, so, do you intentionally watch bad movies?
Oh my gosh! And then you're down a road you're never getting off. You're never coming off
exactly. It's like, what's the best bad movie you've seen? And
it's like you give a reverse time. I'm on a Zoom meeting with some colleagues. Done. finished.
Right, exactly. So that's exactly what I did. I peeled off basically halfway through the ride last year, went home, then just had Tina drive me back to pick up my car after Film Sack, and then drove it back. Well, this year we made the arrangements with you and Dunaway and Randy to push off a week so I could do the full training ride.
Right.
And Scott, I'm happy to say, I'm really proud to say that next year we don't have to do that.
Really? So wait, we knew that you had already said sort of that this wasn't compulsory, but it was
This is not compulsory. This is not like a ride that has to be done. And it's one that's like offered. They call it a training ride, Scott. No, this is like Wheeled Root Canal is what it is. No. Or it's it is hey, I'm a hardcore cyclist, and that lame MS-150 ride is just too pussy for me. I'm not going to do it. I need something a lot more hardcore. How about we go up a mountain?
That explains the incline thing you were talking about.
Oh my God, Scott. So,
oh my gosh, I'm going to hate
before
this,
we even get there, so 5 miles in, it's starting to get warm outside. It was like in the high 50s, and then it starts to get warmer. It's getting into the low 60s and the mid 60s, and I'm pedaling and I'm going, and I'm like five miles in, and starting to perspire a little bit, and all of a sudden, my perspiration is starting to kind of leak some sunscreen into my right eye.
Oh, shit.
And zing, it's like a sting, like, oh my God, oh, this sucks. And so I'm like wiping, trying to wipe my eye, and no, that's not helping. It's kind of spreading it, and it's, my eye is tearing up. And then just kind of that natural reflex, whenever this happens, you kind of start getting the sniffles, right? So it's like,
oh yeah,
like you're wiping your eye or sniffling. I feel like I'm a 13-year-old on the Eras tour or something. Seeing my first Taylor Swift concert.
She pointed at me. She pointed at me.
She totally looked at me.
Yeah.
I'm singing it loudest out of everybody in my section.
Oh, that's funny.
Can
I show this photo, by the way? This eye photo?
Please do. Yes,
right.
That's taken at the end of my ride after I had gotten back and flushed my...
Oh my gosh, look at you're all redded out, man. Oh, you went mute for some reason. Did I mute you? Hold on. Did I do that? So, now you're back.
Okay,
is that thing back? I hope that's not back.
Oh no.
We'll find out. Continue on.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I mean, it was the only water I had on my ride was flavored water because Mrs. Taffy Guy was nice enough to give us some packets of this hydrate powder stuff you can dump in a water bottle. It was really, really good. But there was something I couldn't like just pull off to the side and like squeeze over my eye because I don't know if sugar would have been worse. So I'm kind of going like this, kind of got my eye closed as I'm pedaling and wiping, and then all right, pretty good. And then I'm blowing my nose. I get Kleenexes in my pouch and I'm like blowing my nose, and then you're pedaling. And then 20 miles in, we get to the base of Lookout Mountain. And this is where, for the next 8 miles, it is a 5% grade up. And usually with hills, if you get switchbacks, it's like, all right, it's an incline for a while, and then it kind of flattens out and turns, and then it kind of goes up more, and then it flattens out and turns, and then it goes up. No flatten out anything on this. It is a just grade up for the whole thing. So
gross.
I make it about 5 miles, and I'm pedaling, and I'm breathing heavy, and okay, I'm gonna pull over. I can't. My legs are I'm losing energy. I'm kind of not able to catch my breath, so I pull off to the side, and I'm like, all right. I put my elbows on my handlebars. I'm kind of hunched over, and riders are going by me. At this point, I was still in the front third of the pack.
Wow.
And yeah,
this is making me want to lay down and not get up. Honestly, it sounds really hard, man.
It was really hard. So I got my elbows on my handlebars. I'm like, okay, all right, just got to catch my breath. I brought this. This will demonstrate the sound I was making. That is what my breathing sounded like.
For listeners at home, it's one of those chickens you see in social media videos all the time.
rubber chicken.
Yeah, that one's great, by the way. You got sunglasses. It's all blue.
I know,
and
it's
mohawk.
like it's a punker.
That's
punker
badass.
chicken.
Yeah.
So I'm breathing like, basically taking as much air into my chest as I can, and then breathing it all out, and then finally getting to the point. I'm sitting there thinking, I could just flag down, because the support vehicles are going back and forth up and making sure everybody's doing okay. And they go by and like, dude, you okay? I'm like, yeah, hold out my thumb. Yeah, I'm good. All right, good. Yeah, no worries. And the couple other cyclists are going by like, hey, you need anything? I'm like, nope. I'm getting my water out.
So they could, it's good to know that they, they're community driven. They could tell you were, having a bit of a breather.
They could see that. And they're like, yeah, that guy. You just, picture it in my head like, yeah, that guy.
Oh,
surprise there. So I'm like, all right, okay. No, you know what? I'm not going to stop. I think I can do this. And so I get back on the bike and I kind of, there's no traffic, so I can kind of cut across the road and kind of like a little bit of a horizontal thing, and then turn and then start going up. And that gives me a little bit of momentum to kind of go back into the 5% grade. Because starting to pedal at a 5% grade is hard as hell.
Yeah, no, that's a bunch of work. I have to imagine it is. I say this as if I'm a guy out there doing this, but
exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm pedaling. I'm like, all right, and I do this thing where like I'll put on Muse. I have I put on Muse playlist. Freaking good driving. Will not on us. We will be victorious. And I'm just like, I'm pedaling, and I'm doing this thing where I focus just on the few feet in front of my wheel, because if I look up and I see the hill, it starts to mentally like dishearten me. Yeah. But if I look at the first few feet just in front of my wheel and I position myself to where I'm staying parallel with that white stripe on the side of the road, I know I'm good. So I'm making all right, we're doing okay.
Yeah.
Nope, I'm losing my breath again. I can't get any breath. Okay, hold on, gotta pull. So you make it a mile and then I pull over again.
Oh my gosh.
And like, I'm again, our elbows on my handlebars down. More new cyclists are going by me saying, hey dude, you okay? You need anything? No, yeah, I'm good. Yeah, all good. Well, basically, there's all I could think of, and this was in my head at the time, all I could think of was, that there's an SNL skit where I think it's Chris Farley on an ice skating rink. I think he's on the ice skating rink in front of Rockefeller Center, in front of 30 Rock.
Oh, man, I got a memory of this, sure. Yeah.
And he's skating around. He's actually like, you're surprised, like, oh my God, he's doing really well. He's actually pretty graceful. And then he falls down and kind of slides on the ice. And he kind of gets back up. And they start skating. He's like, okay, he's got to get, nope, he's down again. And then he gets up again. He's skating a little bit more. Nope, he's down again. Each time he gets up, he's worse. And his hair's a mess. And he's like done some sort of fake bloody nose and that sort of thing. And it's just, it gets worse and worse. That's kind of how this went. It was like that first time I restarted, I was able to get a mile. The second time, maybe about half a mile. Then after that, a quarter mile. And I'm just visualizing, maybe I'm really close to the top of this.
Yeah, maybe you're nearly done for all you know.
Yeah. And every time I think, and I do that, and I make that mistake where I kind of look up and I see the mountain ahead of me. I mean, the psychological thing is one thing, the physical thing is another.
Sure,
I'm still physically exhausted.
Sure.
Finally, a mile and a half from the top, I just say, this ride ain't meant for me.
I mean, that's a long last mile and a half. That's a lot.
And in 7 years of doing the MS 150 and doing it again this year, there is nothing on the course of the MS 150 that even compares to this piece of shit Lookout Mountain Hill.
So this is the good news, though. That means that you have gone, you ran in the sand to train for the Super Bowl.
Exactly. I may not have made it to the yellow tape in the sand, but at least I ran pretty far in the sand. So I did not make it to the top of Lookout Mountain. And I am just fine with that.
Yeah, dude, you made it way further than I would have. Holy shit.
Totally fine with that. Yeah.
I mean, you actually got on the bike, put on the stuff, butted it up. You did everything more than I would have. Exactly, but still, yes. I think you did plenty, and it's going to make that ride even more
it is. Oh, it totally is, because anytime on the MS 150 ride later this month, right, anytime I see a hill, I'm like, That's nothing
Yeah.
compared to the crap. Like, Lookout Mountain is now, it's not my great white whale because Ahab kept wanting to get him. Of
course.
Right?
Yeah.
Ahab kept wanting to chase Moby Dick.
Yeah.
Nope. I left Moby Dick in the rear view mirror and said, "Cool, nothing else. I can harpoon a barracuda.
Yeah.
I'll harpoon a freaking nurse shark. No problem."
Let that whale die of natural causes and old age. That's fine.
Exactly. Yes.
Damn, dude. So, all right, that's actually the silver lining is you're gonna kill it on the final ride, right?
Oh yeah, no problem. I was talking with Barb because she asked how the training ride went. She and George was going to come with me, and he's like, "No, I think, the weather's got me a little bit worried. I don't think I'm going to do it." He said nothing about, "Nope, that stupid hill at the end. There's no chance in heck that I'm doing that stupid thing." So I talked to Barb, and she said, "Hey, how did the training ride go?" And I kind of told her the story that I told you. She said, "Yeah. I did that ride back twice when I was in my 30s, and I thought it was going to kill me then."
Oh, jeez.
So,
damn, dude.
So I came back home and bought myself a pack of terry cloth headbands that will keep the keep the sweat and the sunscreen out of my eyes.
I
for the
love
main
the
ride.
color choice. That looks like
Right?
the 70s came back and
This is
slapped
like-
you right in the head. That's
It was
great.
part of the Wes Anderson collection.
Yeah. Yeah. Like Bottle Rocket era Wes Anderson.
It was totally Owen Wilson, the Owen Wilson special.
That's
here.
great. I love it.
Yeah, that was the other thing I was worried about, and this was genuine. I was like, crap, is this going to, not making it up the top of this hill, is it going to affect my confidence in being able to complete the MS-150? But I decided, no, not even a little bit.
Increased
Does
it.
not.
Yeah.
It increased it, yeah. It's like, yep, no fear at all about the MS-150.
But here's the weird thing about you. You didn't just do that. You had all kinds of other shit the same day, right?
That's right, yes. So I came home from that, and
I would have been straight to the couch, and there Brian's going to go have a whole full day after this.
Exactly. Came home from that, took a shower. I did get I did get 30 minutes on the couch. That was nice.
Yeah.
And then dressed up real nice, and then went with Tina to go see
Fancy.
and Juliet at the Denver Center for the Performing Arts, a play.
I don't know what that is. Is that a famous play, or is that something I should know?
It is. No, it's a brand new one, and
Oh.
it is. You know how Wicked is this kind of alternate history of how Elphaba and Glenda the Good Witch met and all this stuff. It's like, oh, we're taking this really, established work, The Wizard of Oz, and we're going to add a new story that kind of works alongside that.
Sure.
And Juliet is that for Romeo and Juliet.
Oh,
from
right. You
Shakespeare's
talked about
Romeo
this
and
last
Juliet.
week. It was like an alternate what if deal.
It is what if at the very end of Romeo and Juliet, the original, Juliet takes a potion that makes it look like she's dead. She's put in the crypt. The messenger gets word out to Romeo that, hey, don't worry, it's a fake poison. She's just fine.
Yeah.
The messenger never gets to Romeo. He thinks that she's really dead. He goes to the script, kills himself. And then she wakes up, sees Romeo dead with his dagger, and then grabs the dagger and kills herself. And tragedy of
Damn.
the star-crossed lovers known as Romeo and Juliet. This and Juliet is the what if.
Your description of the original story is dark.
Yeah.
It's you have the essence of it real well there, by the way.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite play. I mean, it's probably my favorite play. I've seen every version of it. The Zeffirelli, we all saw that one in high school, and it,
Yeah. Yeah, it had
just
boobs
love
in it in high school.
It did it well. It did have boobs, or I think it actually had undercarriage. I think at one point,
We may have had full frontal in that. You're right.
yeah, the actress flips over the covers after their little night of nookie, and anyway,
I remember the teachers going, "Yeah, this is because it's so old. This is like such historical drama. You guys are fine. It's fine."
exactly. You're right. Exactly.
Yeah.
This is it's practically a documentary.
Yeah, I don't think it would do it today. I feel like they could be treated differently, but I don't know.
Practically a documentary about 14-year-olds getting married and getting it on.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the alternate ending is, what if Juliet woke up and saw Romeo had killed himself with his dagger and then said, oh, well, that sucks. And then she moves on with her life.
Oh man, that's wild. So wait, does she end up with like a one of the opposing, or no, someone on her own team?
Like
or?
another Montague, or does she go with a...
This would be a spoiler, that's why you can't.
It would be a complete and total spoiler. I will not tell you. But this is a jukebox musical, and it's all the music of Max Martin. And you know Max Martin from Backstreet Boys, Britney Spears, NSYNC, Pink.
Writer, producer, or both?
Producer of all those songs.
Okay.
Oops, I Did It Again, and Backstreet's Back, and,
big
Bye Bye, and
big
like
hits.
Yeah. Every song that you can think of by those artists. Who's the and I'm gonna let it burn, burn, burn. Ellie Goulding.
I like that song.
Her stuff too. And so, but it's cleverly done. It's like they integrate the songs into the story in a very clever way that doesn't feel like, well, we need a shoehorn way to do bye, bye, bye.
Gotcha.
That sort of thing. It's all really relevant. And it's excellent. I will say this, I'm not the biggest fan of that era of American pop music. I feel like a lot of it was cookie cutter, kind of mass produced.
Yeah.
However,
A little bit of a dip.
I can appreciate those songs, and even hearing them in this situation, it's like, okay, yeah, I kind of like this. I really like this.
I Want It That Way?
It is very prominent. That's one of the most prominent. That's even reprised in the second act. It's played in the first, it's sung in the first act, and it's reprised in the second act.
I know it was overplayed to hell and back. I understand all this, but I actually think that is a banger of a song.
It is a banger of a song, and it's impossible when you hear, "You are my fire." You can't help but sing along with it.
Yeah, you can't help it. Remember, you're the one that recommended I watch Tokyo Vice on HBO.
Oh yeah,
and there's a dude, there's a Yakuza guy in there, total psycho,
karaoke,
complete psychopath that is obsessed with that song. That is one of my favorite little tiny bits of that show. Which, by the way, I don't think I ever circled around to tell you how much I loved Tokyo Vice.
Oh my god, it was so good. Who's the dude?
Baby Driver.
Yeah. And
Baby Driver kid,
Elgert,
and then you get your
you get your Legion, the girl from Legion.
Who's your police guy? My brain. Ken Watanabe.
Yes.
He was amazing.
Ken Watanabe. Yeah.
Great show.
So
if you don't, people at home, you're missing out. Watch that show.
It's really good.
Yeah. Anyway,
so went and saw that, and then walked around downtown for a little bit. It was a nice little date for Tina and I. It's our anniversary weekend, so we went out and went to a place called Not a Damn Chance Burger, NDAC Burger.
That sounds like it's going to be really good to me. Probably.
It was $50 for the two of us.
That's like Vegas prices.
It's Vegas prices, and let me tell you what we got. We each got a cheeseburger, and we shared an order of fries. And we shared a root beer. This is Larimer Street, man. This is downtown Denver. Yeah. It was put together by Neen Williams, a professional skateboarder, and Philip Franklin Lee, who's a Michelin star chef.
Oh, interesting. What a combo.
And great, exactly right. But it was 100% Wagyu beef and onions cooked. I mean, it was smash burgers, like really good smash burgers, but for $50.
I mean, that's a high bar.
It was really good, but I would have been okay with Freddy's.
Yeah.
If all things considered, you could put both of them in front of me, and I probably would have picked the Freddy's because Freddy's at least has lettuce and onion on it.
Yeah, and you didn't have to take out a loan for this. You know what I mean?
Right.
Jeez Louises.
Exactly.
That's fun though, and more. It
was really good.
Yeah, good time on the. You guys celebrating your 33rd. Pretty rad.
Exactly.
Pretty rad. Pretty awesome.
So, and then we went to. So that was it for Saturday, and then Sunday, we found out that we qualified. Our trivia team qualified for the semifinals for a group called DJ Trivia. They do a few locations around Denver. We kind of bounce around between Geeks Who Drink and DJ Trivia and other things, and we got an email that said, "Hey, you guys earned enough points in the first half of this year that you qualified to be in the semifinals, and then if you make it through the semifinals, you'll be in the final tournament." And so we're like, "Oh, cool!" So we kind of emergency slapped together our team, and said, "Hey, can you guys go Sunday to do the semifinals?" And most of them were able to.
Sure.
And it was 20 teams. Only the top 6 would move on to the finals, and we were 10th. We bounced around between 10th and 11th place for most of it. It was really, really tough. There was some. I even
It's
brought
like
a lot of the
best of the best moment here, right? This isn't like these aren't stragglers.
Exactly. These are the exactly. Asking questions about, okay, what's the name of the bridal boutique featured on the show Say Yes to the Dress Atlanta?
Oh my Lord.
Exactly. We did get that one wrong.
That's the moment I go out to my car and drive home. I would not know any of this.
How old did the characters in My Best Friend's Wedding say that if they weren't married by the time they are age X, that they would just marry each other?
Holy
and we got
shit.
that one wrong.
My wife would probably know that one. She's seen that movie.
She might
a
know
lot.
that one.
Yeah.
But anyway, we doubled on the very last question, went for it, and got it right. And we were 6th place. So we're moving on to the finals on the 22nd. We actually made it.
Wow. Well done, dude.
Thank you.
That's
Yes.
great. So what next for that? You got to is there anything past it? Like,
I mean, the finals.
other than the finals, but I mean, like, are you going to go on to, I don't know, what is this, like world tour stuff?
Oh, no. It's the finals is the finals. So it's,
okay.
Yeah, it's,
trophies, money, hookers
1,000,
and blow.
I think $1,000 for first place.
That'd
for
be
the first
great.
place team.
How big?
Yeah, it would
How
be
big
really
is the
nice.
team? How much do you have to split it?
We're a 7-person team, so however that comes down
It's okay.
to. I mean,
it's still money. It's all right.
100 and some odd bucks. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You buy things with that. You can go to that restaurant 3 more times or something.
Right? Isn't that that's the sad thing, having to kind of compare that. But our final question. All right. What state's capital
Okay.
was originally built among an active oil field? It was like inside an active oil field. This is not multiple choice, but I will tell you that one of the pumps' names was Petunia number 1, and another pump's name was Petunia number 2.
Okay. I'm going to try to guess this.
Yeah.
It could be Texas, Oklahoma, Alaska, and probably other places I'm not thinking of. I'm going to say this was they would make it too easy to be in Texas, it feels like. So I'm going to say I'm going to just say it was Alaska and it was Anchorage.
Very not right. It's but it was among your choices. Oklahoma.
Oh,
is the correct,
shit. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I figured it had to be one of the oil producing states. The few that we have, right? Like,
yes. Right.
Besides shale stuff, I guess. Well, you guys got that one right.
So we got that one right. And it's
Nicely
funny
done.
because the guy on our team who is the oldest member of our team is like, crap, this one's so easy. Everybody's going to get it. It's Oklahoma. And we write down Oklahoma. And I'm like, I don't think everybody's going to get it. Only 16 of the 20 teams answered the question. And only 9 of those 16 got it right. So 7 of them, basically it's an all or nothing wager. If you miss it, you're at 0.
Oh.
It is not like a Jeopardy. I'm going to wager this much so I still have some left over. If you answer the question, you are either doubling your score or ending up with 0. So, so 7 teams went right down to the very bottom. And
Yeah. Well, that's great, though. You guys kicking ass.
we kicked ass. So all in all, you know what? I'm calling the weekend a win.
I agree. I think that's pretty great. How's your? I know that can be pretty rough on your lungs. Are you still breathing? all
Oh
right?
yeah. Yesterday, man, like that night. So Saturday night, like if I took a deep breath, it hurt. It's almost like, if you lift weights, your muscles get sore, right? Because you're repeating that action over and over again with a lot of effort.
Yeah.
That's what happened to my lungs. Like when I took a deep breath, it was like, oh, that hurts. And it even hurt a little bit into yesterday. Today, no problem.
No problem.
Feel great.
Yeah. Big healed up lungs now. That's fantastic.
And once I got home and actually was able to like douse my eye with some saline solution, it was totally fine. Like I wasn't weeping and sniffling through Anne Juliet, fortunately.
I just picture you sitting there in that thing, eye all red, dripping, your lungs hurt, and you're like, is that guy back there okay? Can one of the what do they call it, guys?
The ushers.
Can we go check on that dude on aisle 4?
Yeah, he's just crying because of the Backstreet Boys song, I Want It That Way. He's fine.
Wow. Well, a whirlwind weekend for you.
Yes, for sure.
I have one thing to add to that, and that is this. Prior to all this, Brian saw Ballerina and then talked about it on TMS Friday. And you liked it. You enjoyed it. I really, really liked it.
Cool.
We saw it yesterday. Kim and I did. We had a blast. Cool. That is a fun movie. I have a thought about your AOE thing, but we'll talk about that off air at some point.
Yes.
I think it's my bottom line to it is I think it's okay given the circumstances, and I don't think they have any rules about how.
It felt kind of funny because both Wes and I both looked at each other and said, "That's an interesting."
It's quite
I didn't hate it.
Yeah, it's quite the escalation, isn't it?
It is an escalation. Yeah, yes, exactly.
You're like, wow, all right, where's this going to go?
It's like all of a sudden, John Wick saying, "Yeah, I'm just gonna bomb the Continental."
Yeah, I'm not gonna go up to the room and try to pop him twice in the head.
Why bother walking in and doing a bunch of melee attacks? I'm just gonna.
But I'm confident to say, though, if you're into that kind of action or you like the Wick series in general, this is a really great, fun side addition to it that could well bleed into the main series. But I had a ball. Like the creativity of some of these fights and choreography, freaking mind-blowing. I loved it.
And I'm just going to put it out there. Ana de Armas, not at all hard on the eyes.
No,
she's a lovely,
awesome.
lovely actress.
Beautiful.
She's great at this kind of stuff.
She's great. There's more humor than I expected.
Yeah.
That lady from, it was nice to see the lady from, From. I hate talking about that show because you have to say from.
Oh, yeah, I know. From.
The wife from. She was great. I thought everybody was awesome. There was a couple of surprises. I just absolutely loved it. All right, moving on down the road. Oh, we could do half-asses, all right?
Oh, yeah, that's right. We got
half-asses. There are other things. There are other things today. So we're going to do them right now. Whether you guys like it or not, this is happening. So I'm going to go ahead and, let's see, we're going to add our old pal to the stage. And you might say, wait, Dunaway today? No, he's getting his colonoscopy right now.
That's right. Poor guy.
He's got somebody's thumb up his ass.
He's getting a series of tubes.
That's right. Right up the hooter. So instead, we have TV's Travis joining us. Hi, TV's Travis.
Well, hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing all right. Yeah. I am not getting a colonoscopy today, so it's a good day.
Yeah, it is a good day. Any day you don't have somebody poking your hole, you're in a better place. Yeah,
sure.
Well, thanks for sitting in for us. We appreciate it, dude.
Yeah, no problem. I do want to back up, by the way. Ballerina was a ton of fun.
Yeah.
I really liked that. I mean,
good time.
Flamethrower fight. That's all I need.
There it is. Yeah. I guess we may as well just say it. There's flamethrower fight and also a great sub-boss or mini-boss. I love that guy.
Yes.
Anybody who can keep fighting while his leg's on fire, badass.
Jeez.
Real good.
Badass.
Yeah, I can't wait for you to watch John Wick 4, Scott, and what you think, because there's a great sub-boss in that one, too.
Yeah, and I keep hearing amazing things in 4. There's some single shot where he's, there's like the camera down.
The stairs?
Yeah, I think that's it, where he's working his way through some labyrinthian building or something.
It reminded me of the scene in Old Boy where the main dude is, like, fighting his way down the hallway, and he gets, sometimes he's doing the beating up, but sometimes he's getting the tar beat out of him, but it's all like a single shot, like this trudge down this hallway with more and more guys getting thrown at him.
Yeah, I can't wait. And this is no secret or spoiler that John Wick is in Ballerina. It's a smaller role, obviously, but he's on the poster and all that. Yeah. But I just love how consistently Keanu Reeves he is.
Yes.
Throughout the runs of these movies where it's just like, I am, and it's okay. But
like so much of his dialogue is just a pause. Yeah.
I'm still working on it. Like he's just the best, man.
Yeah, it really is.
My wife would marry him if she could. She really would.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, she loves him. All right, well, let's get to it. Travis, we've got some... before we do, Travis, sorry, I know we're running out of time here, or we're a little short on time, but you went and saw the Dogma theater thing.
Oh, yeah, it was the anniversary.
Yes.
I was really curious about that. How'd that go?
It was great. I wasn't expecting, because I'm in a smaller area, so I wasn't expecting many people to be there, but we had like a half full auditorium, and it was a nice remaster. That was a movie I did not get to see in theaters back in the day, so it was great to get to go to it. Yeah. And then they had 20-ish minutes of Kevin Smith Q&A footage from him touring with it after the movie.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's cool.
Which
was really cool.
Yeah, no, that's great.
I love that kind of stuff.
That's my favorite Kevin Smith movie. I love that one.
Same.
Yeah.
Yep,
The rest of them are kind of to me, they are actually lessened by that one. That one was so good. I just went, oh well, okay, we're on a new level here. But then I didn't really like Clerks 2 or 3. They're okay.
Right. Chasing Amy was good.
Yeah. That's maybe my second, actually.
I was gonna say that's right up there with the first Clerks for me. Yeah. But I'm sorry, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. It's tough. It's got some great moments, but it's tougher for me to get through than the others.
It's kind of a cartoon.
It kind of is.
It's not that great. Anyway, let's get to it. Hey, Brian, let's lay it out. What are we doing here?
Sure.
Today?
Well, Travis may not have ever played this, so I'm going to give him the rules. Hey, welcome to the Morning Half-Ass, is a trivia game where I'm actually going to be giving you guys the answers. I'm going to give Scott and Travis a category and 6 possible answers, 3 of which are correct, and 3, like that damn hill, are incorrect. Depending on how confident they feel with the category, they can provide 1, 2, or 3 guesses, but if they get any wrong, they get 0 points for that round. Guess 1, get it right, you get a point. Get 2 right, get you 3 points, and if you guess all three correctly, you'll get 5 points for that round. The player with the most points after 3 rounds wins the prize for their contestant, and contestants have been pulled from members of the Tadpool that aren't able to listen live. Scott, you're playing for Sean in Sylvania, Ohio.
Sylvania, they make light bulbs or something.
Light bulbs, I think. Yeah. Yes.
All right, cool. I'll play for that guy.
And Travis, you're playing for Vito Sestito in Auckland, New Zealand. If that's not the most New Zealand sounding name, it really isn't. But
Vito, what was the full name?
Vito Sestito.
Sestito, that's amazing.
Yes.
That's great.
Yes.
Love it.
I feel like you might be an Italian transplant, but I'm guessing. But maybe not. Maybe that's common out there.
Never know.
Anyway, so in Auckland, New Zealand. So we've got prizes. We'll talk about those at the end of the game. Let's get to your first question. I'm going to softball you for this first one, just to establish some good points for maybe both of you, and maybe give you a chance to go for broke. TV show based on movie. So a TV show is based on movies.
That's a great one for Travis.
It's a great one for both of you. Yeah. Your choices are Riverdale, Fargo, The Walking Dead, Lucifer, Stargate SG-1, and Flipper.
Oh my gosh, I feel like this is too easy.
And the TV show is based on a movie?
TV show is based on the movie, correct.
Okay.
One of these is throwing me. Damn. You know what? I'm going to try to hedge my bets here.
Okay.
I'm just going to go for
Scott's locked in. TV's Travis is locked in. Yep. Got the 2 easy ones, right? Fargo and Stargate, got those right away. Both of you, I watched you fill in, got those instantly. And then you guys kind of both hesitated and were looking at like, all right, what's the third one? These first 2 are obvious. I mean, Riverdale is based on Archie comics.
Right.
Yeah.
Walking Dead, also based on comics, the Kirkman deal. Lucifer, though. Lucifer and Flipper.
The devil and the fish, or the mammal.
That's right. Well, TV's Travis went for Flipper, and it's correct. Flipper is also based on a movie. I had no idea. Lucifer is based on a comic, and I wasn't sure about that one.
That was what ended up giving it to me. Was I knew Lucifer was based on the comic.
Yeah, gotcha. You got a good process of elimination. I wasn't sure either, and I hovered on Flipper for a minute, but damn it, I didn't do it. All right, nice job.
All right, so both of you going into round 2 with points. 3 for Scott, 5 for TV's Travis. Let's go to question number 2. I've given you all the gimmies I'm going to give you. Good luck with these. Question number 2. Too bad you can't phone a friend Barry, but the question is sparkling wines. Which of these are sparkling wines? Your choices are Rioja, Cava, Fraggle-ino, Frascati. Is it Fraggle-ino?
I would say Fraggle-ino because it sounds like someone getting shot by someone in Doom.
It's red Fraggle-ino.
Yeah.
Right.
I like that.
Frascati, Cerdan, and Volnay.
Good Lord.
3 of those are sparkling wines. 3 of those are not.
I'm not fully convinced that any of these are actual names of wines.
I know, right? So, that's how I feel. The ones that seem obviously like they might be, I feel like are tricks. I'm going to be conservative again. I don't know. I can't. Travis has the advantage on this one.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if drinking wine gives you any sort of advantage.
Well, he comes in with a better score, so I don't know.
Oh, that's true. He's got a little bit more room to play with. All right. Well, you both have locked in. You both locked in with 2, and your Venn diagram of selections was the one I wasn't sure the pronunciation, if it's Fraggle-ino or Fragile-ino. You know, it's probably Fragile-ino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're here, you're sparkling wine. Because that is correct. Fraggle-ino is a sparkling wine. Very
Okay.
good.
All right.
Now, one of you said cava. The other of you said Cerdon.
Oh, Lord.
And both of those are correct.
Oh,
Good job.
shit.
You actually, between the two of you, named all three of the sparkling wines. Yeah. Cava, Cerdon, and Fraggle-ino are all sparkling wines. Maybe Barry can tell us what Rioja, Frascati, and Volnay are. If they're just they might just still be wine, just non-sparkling wine. Who knows?
The only
gotcha.
so I almost went with Cerdon.
Did you really?
But I just couldn't pull the trigger on that. Rioja, I was pretty sure wasn't because it sounded too much like a red wine.
Sure. Right. Yeah.
How would
yeah,
you see? I don't even know that. So you definitely have an advantage on this one. I have no idea.
It's funny. The restaurant right next to the place where we got the Not a Damn Burger, Not a Damn Chance Burger, is called Rioja.
Oh,
it's
really?
An Italian restaurant. Yeah. Weird coincidence.
Does sound Italian for sure.
Okay, well, now it all comes down to the last question. You guys going into it. Scott with 6, TV's Travis with 8. It all comes down to question number 3. Words coined by Lewis Carroll. So, author of Through the Looking Glass and other things.
Yeah.
Or I guess it's Alice Through the Looking Glass. He was quite the inventor of words. Which of these are actual words coined by Lewis Carroll? Your choices are slithy, galumph, unidexter, runcible, chortle, and cromulent.
Good Lord. These all could be true.
Yeah.
Right? Yep.
Or they could all be from a Dr. Seuss book.
Yeah.
Right? That's true. Yeah.
Or
exactly.
some Shakespeare bullshit, because that guy made up a bunch of words too. Oh, I'm so tempted to do that one, but I got to go all out here. So
You kind of have to, yeah. I mean, or you can't play it too conservatively, right? You at least got to go for the tie.
I have to either go for
I guess you can't. I guess you can't go for the tie. You got to go for the win.
Yeah, I got to go all in. I think I'm doing it. All right.
Okay.
I'm scared.
All right.
I'm scared.
Okay, you both have locked in. You both locked in with 3 of them, and you're if I'm talking about Venn diagrams, you kind of both settled on those 2 middle ones, galumph and chortle, like to laugh like little.
They sound like Pokemon, don't they? A little bit.
They do, yes. I think they're
Chortle, I choose you.
Right, exactly. Oh, what about a war chortle?
Yeah, oh shit, that's evolved. I can't have that. That's great.
Guess what? Those 2 that you both selected, galumph and chortle, are both words coined by Lewis Carroll. From there, you guys veered off. And one of you chose runcible. The other one of you chose cromulent.
Yeah.
And neither of those were correct. Slithy was the other word. Cromulent comes from The Simpsons.
Oh, shit. That's why it's familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Runcible
was the one I knew wasn't.
Runcible was coined by Edward Lear, and unidexter was coined by Mowage Peter Cook.
Oh, no
Coined
way.
The term unidexter, yeah.
Why him?
Wow.
That's weird.
I don't know why him, but
Are these all in the dictionary now as like functional, like definable words?
think so, actually. I think because cromulent did eventually get added to the dictionary.
Oh,
right?
if they're letting that in, they'll definitely let in, the good ones or the ones by real authors. You know what I mean?
Let's see
not
here.
based
Let's
on
actually
TV.
take a look and say cromulent. Yes.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. Often facetious.
Eloquent.
Oh, this is eloquent. That's not right. But anyway,
First recorded in 1996 on an episode of the TV show The Simpsons, a facetious formation ending with the Latin adjective suffix ulent.
That's a lot.
Cromulent.
There's a lot.
There it is.
Yeah.
Cromulent.
Cromulent.
Fantastic.
That's
right.
a great word to sound pretentious with.
Oh, yeah.
It really is, yes.
And
but
then-
I don't know if embiggens made it into the dictionary.
Probably
No,
not.
probably not.
I love it, though, when popular culture creates words. I actually think that's great.
I kind of like it. Yeah, embiggens has not made it into the dictionary yet.
Yet.
There's time.
Give it
There's
time,
still
guys. Give it
plenty of
time.
Anyway. Very good. Congratulations, TV's Travis, and by proxy,
Oh, you cut out. I was hoping that would never happen again. You're still cut out. Hold on.
Oh,
now you're
Prelude.
back. Now you're back.
Oh, did I disappear again?
You disappeared again.
All right.
Yeah, we're
we
going to
might
figure
be
that
able-
out. I don't know what that is.
Yep. XCOM Enforcer and Terraforming Mars Prelude, courtesy of Taffy Guy. But don't worry, Sean, in Sylvania, Ohio, you're getting a copy of XCOM Interceptor, also provided to us by Taffy Guy.
That's awesome. Big winners all around.
Nice.
I think all those games are good.
Heck yeah.
Definitely.
You're going to do fine. Hey, Travis, because you're here, you get a chance to sort of pimp anything you got going lately. So what's going on?
So I've got that new show that I debuted in Vegas.
Yes.
That we have, I think, the 6th episode coming out now. Fast and Curious. where Steve and
How
I are
many?
going through all
So
those.
6. So you've watched 6 of them so far, right? Because that's the way it goes. Every episode is one
movie,
installment in the movie. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So that's out, and then I just recorded last night. Wait, you haven't seen? I watched Grand Budapest Hotel for the first time.
Great movie.
And that was a phenomenal movie.
Such a great movie.
I think that movie would have done better at the Oscars if it didn't come out so early in the year that it was nominated.
Yeah.
Because it really gave people a lot of time to forget about
And
it.
you had a lot of good wins around it, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Anytime that happens, you're just like, oh, you guys, don't do this so early. You're going to get screwed around Oscars time. Yeah.
I think that might be my new favorite Ralph Fiennes performance, and I love him in so many things, but he was amazing in that. Him, and then the kid who played Flash Thompson in the Spider-Man movies.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I forgot he was
Zero.
in that. Yeah, he's really good. Real quick here, Rafe Fiennes is going to be a big old buff, ripped old dude in 28 years later. I'm pretty excited.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Pretty excited
Yeah, I
to
saw
see him.
that.
Yeah.
A week from Thursday.
Saw a trailer again last night.
seeing it.
Oh, I'm so excited.
So many movies coming out that
Yeah.
I
can't
know.
wait to see.
Pretty wild.
Yeah, we're seeing like the night before we have to fly out at the ass crack of dawn to Washington D.C. We're seeing Fantastic Four First Steps, and Tina's like, "Couldn't we just wait until we get back?" And I just laughed.
Yeah,
at her.
are you kidding?
I just looked at her and laughed.
She knows who she's married to. Come on. Now.
Come on, Tina. Go on.
Well, that's great. Well done, dude. It was great for you to step in today. I know that you, along with us, are wishing Dunaway nothing but a speedy, speedy finger up the butt. And, let's hope it all works out in the end, as the kids say.
That's right.
Right.
We'll see you soon. Bye now. All right. That's going to do it for that. Let's take a break. When we come back, Steven Schleicher making his triumphant return to the show. It's been a few weeks. We've missed him terribly.
Yeah.
So he'll come in here, tell us a few things in the world of pop culture and comics. That's coming up after this song Brian brought. What'd you bring?
Yeah, this is cool. This is a band called Twilight Testament. And if you think that evokes sounds of like metal, like kind of more symphonic metal kind of stuff, well, you'll be kind of right, actually. This guy's from Hackettstown, New Jersey. I don't know where that is in relation to our own Wicked Kitten, but might be pretty close. And it's a guy named Donald Dienst, who merges deep spiritual themes with dark atmospheric sounds of gothic electronica and EBM. The album is called Songs Beneath Winter's Veil. You're going to hear the song Waiting to Begin. Here's Twilight Testament.
That's a statistical improbability. 47% of all phone calls are for favors.
Well, how much zilch are you willing to give for $20?
And we've returned. Who is that again so I can go get that album?
You bet. That is Twilight Testament from their brand new album, Songs Beneath Winter's Veil. Big thanks to Music Submit for sending me that one. A song called Waiting to Begin.
That's a convenient name, Music Submit.
Music Submit. It tells you right what it is. Like, it's almost like a Scott Johnson podcast. You know exactly what it is just from the name.
Yeah.
And there's a good reason.
Yeah, there's
Good-
something to that. I like that a
For
lot.
sure.
All right, check this out, y'all.
And now, welcome Steven to the show. He's a huge freaking nerd.
Dollar bills, y'all.
Yeah, it's right. Steven Schleicher joining us after I wouldn't call it a hiatus, but he's been busy. He's had stuff going on.
I mean, a lot of lot of graduations and stuff to get through.
Yeah,
A lot of graduations and stuff.
yeah. How are you doing after all that? It's a lot going on. for you.
Kids are graduated. That's good. One from high school, one from 8th grade.
Yeah.
Last week I wasn't here because my youngest son is now in driver's ed, or completed driver's ed. But I got to tell you, if Dunaway is still backed up after his colonoscopy, he can ride with my child, and he won't be after that.
He'll plug him right up. He'll be all good after that.
He'll clean him right out.
Oh, he'll clean him out.
Scare the crap right out of him.
All right, either way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember this being a real thing. When my kids were, I don't remember what I was like when I was 16 and how big of a pain in the ass that may have felt like to my parents, but to me, all three of them felt like stress ball nightmare. It was, I hated it.
My oldest, I didn't have as much problems with, but the youngest is just like, you wrecked my car on day one. The first hour.
Oh, no, really? Oh, I think you did tell me about this. Yeah, when we saw you in Hayes. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. But he's much better now. So.
I thought of you guys when I was in Freddy's the other day, because you guys were at Freddy's when you went to hang out.
At Freddy's.
Yeah, I've seen Brian more than I've seen you, Scott.
I know, right? We got to fix that next Nerdtacular. You know, we got
absolutely
got to make Steven great again. I'm gonna make hats and everything. You watch. Well, anyway, it's good to have you here, man. We're gonna get into some stuff and kind of catch up a little bit. For example. We're not done with Diamond Comics being kind of a problem, are we? It's still kind of an issue.
So Diamond Comics finally got bought out. They just declared their bankruptcy, and then they went through and had two different buyers. The one that bought the comics distributors is a company called Ad Populum, which is, I want to say, a subsidiary of the same company that does a lot of other pop culture stuff like WizKids miniatures and those kinds of things. Mm-hmm. So it looks pretty good. However, because we've had all this time where people are like, well, we don't know if Diamond is going to survive, a bunch of publishers have jumped to a bunch of other distributors, including Publishers Random House, or Penguin Random House, sorry. And pettiness, spite, whatever. Penguin said, hey, listen, Diamond was still allowed to order comics through us as a third-party distributor. We're cutting that off. We're not going to do third-party distributors anymore, which cuts off Diamond.
Yeah.
Well, Diamond then last week said, yeah, we're just not going to ship any Penguin Random House comics anymore. So anybody that had stuff last week and going forward that was coming from Diamond, that would include your Boom Studios, your Dark Horse, your IDW, your basically everybody.
Oh, you have to love it when the customers become the bargaining chip. That's great. That's real fun.
Yeah, always a positive, always a plus.
Jeez. Yeah, and then so that's the first thing. So if your comic store has been getting stuff through Diamond, you probably don't have your Marvel Comics or your Kodansha or your whatever else that's on the list because of that.
Yeah.
And then I heard this really weird. Now this is rumor-ish that Ad Populum said we were going to pay the publishers money that was owed to them, and then Ad Populum kind of ghosted everybody on paying them.
Oh, great.
And there's not been any kind of big follow-up on that. And there's a book publishing company that kind of got a lot of flack on Twitter and Blue Sky and everywhere last week because they also went through bankruptcy and another company bought them out. And the new company was like, yeah, we're not honoring any of those previous contracts. So we're not paying authors for those works. This is all new company, all new thing. So I don't know if Ad Populum is doing that exact same thing or not, but man, I would, if you are somebody who loves comic books, I would make sure that you're checking in with your comic book store to see how they're holding up because they're running sometimes week to week on whether they're getting their comic books right now or not. Yeah. And even though things are really rocky, this still could be the final straw that kind of breaks the industry.
Do you feel like this is a sign of a real? It's got the smell of like this industry's got some serious health problems. We're just now going to have to really get dirty with it. Like we're not doing great here.
So comics is still $1 billion a year industry.
Yeah.
So that's good. And that's with ancillary merchandising, all that stuff. So that's good. It's getting the comics into people's hands and doing it at a price that's affordable is the thing that people do need to take a hard look and say, hey, can I spend $5.99 or $4.99 on a weekly comic and expect to buy 20 comics, $100 in a single week? I mean, back when we were young, I could spend $20 and get, 30 comics, a tank of gas, and a McDonald's meal.
Exactly. Yes. Right.
But that's not how it is today. And certainly with the economy going the crazy way it is, a lot of these fun activity things might have to be put on the back burner. So things are, you're right. There probably does need to be a good look up and down the aisle that says, what are we doing? What's the point? How can we get this into as many people's hands as possible at an affordable price, at high quality? And I don't think anyone has the answers, or the answers are the ones people don't want to hear.
Yeah.
Like maybe Brian doesn't need his brand new Runaways #1 coming out this week.
Oh, is that a thing?
I probably don't.
Yeah, you probably don't.
See?
I didn't know they were reviving that series.
Yeah, they've got a new series that kicks off this week.
No way. Is there original people involved?
I know Rainbow Rowell is the one who is the writer on this one, and that was not the creator.
The original was
the original series.
Saga guy, right?
Yeah, Brian K.
Vaughan, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love his writing. It's not him though. That's fine. The other guy's fine.
That was actually one of the better non-MCU, MCU tangential TV shows, because I think they acknowledged in that show that there was the Battle for New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the whole thing with the Runaways was that the spoiler alert, the kids' parents are the supervillains.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They were using their powers to keep the East Coast heroes from coming to the West Coast.
Right.
That's right. That's such a dumb idea, but I love it.
I mean, it's a great in-universe explanation.
I mean,
It totally is, and it worked.
It works.
They found some great actors for the kids, and yeah.
Well,
I mean, Stephanie disagrees. She says Runaways show was bad.
Was it? I don't think it was that bad. It wasn't
as bad as Inhumans or.
I only saw 3 of them, so I can't talk, I guess. But I
even
liked what I
Cloak
saw.
and Dagger had its moments. I think was better than it could have been.
Yeah. What was the Dove and Crow or
Hawk and Dove? Spinoff from Titans.
Yeah, I thought that was all right. I thought it was okay. It was
all right.
It's not Marvel.
I thought you were going to talk about Cloak and Dagger. That was also another.
Oh yeah,
I mentioned Cloak and Dagger. That was it had its moments, but it was
it wasn't strong.
It wasn't strong.
No.
The actress was great who played Dagger, and even has a singing career that. But yes, exactly. Graham Ellis says Cloak and Dagger was too slow.
Yeah, it was they had too much buildup. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Steven, speaking of weird crossovers, which we didn't say at all, we're going to talk about that now.
Oh, you guys haven't talked about this? I'm really surprised.
Batman and Deadpool crossover. Who the hell's doing this? I didn't know about this.
Well,
I didn't either.
These companies, one is called Marvel, and they have the Deadpool character.
Yeah.
The other one is DC, and they have the Batman character.
Yeah.
And they haven't had a Marvel DC crossover event since Justice League and Avengers crossed over 20 years ago.
Jeez.
I want to say.
Well, when was the Batman Spawn?
So Batman Spawn was all in the 90s.
Yeah.
Batman Spider-Man was in the 90s. Superman Wild, what was the Gen 13 was in the 90s.
Yeah.
All that stuff was in the 90s.
Oh, jeez.
And then the last time that they did it was 2003 with the Justice League Avengers team up.
Huh.
So, they've been pretty quiet. Of course, when you think about it, 2003, 2005 area, that's when we're starting to have the Marvel Studios movies launching and getting really big, and people creating a lot of, are you a Marvel or are you a DC? So I can see these two not teaming up, but with the new Deadpool, of course, the most recent Deadpool movie going banana crazy, the new Quest game with Deadpool coming out, it makes sense that you could take Deadpool and throw him into any situation, and it would probably work and sell a lot. But for DC, they've got to get their Batman all over this.
I noticed in that trailer for the VR game, they got a pretty good Temu level Ryan Reynolds to do the voice. It's not bad. It's not the
Patrick Harris.
Is that who it is? Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
it's Neil Patrick Harris.
I didn't know it was a famous person.
Here's what you need to do. Here's what you need to do then.
Yeah.
You need to go over to Twitter and you need to look up Ryan Reynolds' account. He has done a hysterical Doogie Howser send-up of what it means when someone comes and steals your primary role that you're known for.
Really?
And if you guys remember Doogie Howser, you know that Robin Lively was Doogie Howser's love interest, who is Ryan Reynolds' sister-in-law.
Wife, yeah.
And so, Blake
hilarious.
Lively is his wife. So
Robin Lively, yes.
She makes an appearance in that. So go watch that. It is a brilliant piece of marketing that Ryan Reynolds and crew did on that. I know some people don't like what's going on with Ryan right now, but that's beside the point.
You said this is on Twitter /X is where I can find that. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. He posted it. I saw it on Saturday or Sunday.
But what if I never want to go to Twitter?
I don't know then. I just look up Ryan Reynolds Doogie Howser VR game.
Okay, I'll look into it. That's interesting.
And it's really great. It's really great.
I
was
kid
very
mostly.
well done.
Like, you can go look at things without being involved in Twitter that much. It's fine.
I mean, if my kid driving will make you clean out that way, going to Twitter will increase your blood pressure. So,
yeah, all the health implications are right here in front of us. It's fantastic.
Yeah. So here's the thing about the Deadpool Batman crossover is that each company gets a chance to do something with this. So first we have over on Marvel, it's called Deadpool Batman because it's Marvel, so you got to put their name first. Zeb Wells and Greg Capullo are working together on that.
Always interested in Capullo, always.
Yeah. So and he's been over there at Marvel now for a while. But Zeb Wells' writing is really good. He's done some amazing Spider-Man stuff as well as a bunch of other things. When it goes over to DC Comics, when it will be titled Batman Deadpool, that's going to be written by Grant Morrison with art by Dan Mora.
Oh.
Ooh. And that's a really great combo as well because Dan Mora is a fantastic artist, and of course Grant Morrison is Grant Morrison.
Yeah, he is, and he's great at being Grant Morrison.
Yeah, and I think it'll be an interesting team up. Of course, we expect first time they meet, they're going to fight.
Yeah,
but to me, it feels like Deadpool is a pretty good foil for Batman.
Yeah, I agree. I think it'd actually be a good time. Batman's not going to have any patience for his bullshit.
No, that's what's going to make it great, right?
Yeah, it's going to annoy the hell out of him.
Yeah, but I was thinking for you guys, real quick, if you could pick like a Spider-Man villain to go up against Batman.
Oh, Brian, you got to answer this first.
Who would be a good Spider-Man villain to go up against Batman?
Who do you like?
I mean, you think about you've got to kind of get into Batman's head a little bit. So I think I actually think it might be a good Mysterio.
Yep, Mysterio has been. I asked this a couple of weeks ago on Blue Sky, and a lot of people said Mysterio.
Yeah. Who else? Man, Mysterio would be fun.
My pick would be Kingpin, just because he's a ongoing. Kind of.
Yeah, for sure. Fits with the stuff you see with the Falcons and the stuff in the Batman universe anyway. That's pretty good.
And then what about Kraven? Kraven the Hunter.
Yeah, Kraven could be interesting. We're all a little bit sour on Kraven these days because of that bad movie, but the comic character's pretty awesome. So.
He's pretty awesome. Yeah. No, Kraven would be another good choice.
Yeah.
Like that a lot.
I like that one. I can't think of another good one. Spider-Man, there's so many. I mean, they're all good in their own weird way. Sandman,
Doc Ock. I don't really see like a Green Goblin or a Hobgoblin being great with with Batman. Pretty much over. Fight would be over before it begins. Kind of thing.
Mary Jane.
You go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Perfect villain for anyone to pick from the list.
That darn Parker Luck.
I know, right?
That's right.
What are you going to do? All right, moving on down to Jock's Detective Comics 880 and the cover being up on the auction block. Tell us about this.
Jock is a fantastic artist, and if you've ever seen his stuff, which I know you have,
100%,
his art is brilliant. It's just stark, good lines, good contrast, everything. One of his most popular comic covers was Batman 880, where it's this version of the Joker where he kind of explodes into a bunch of bats.
Yeah, his head.
A little splash of red for the eyes and for the lips. The original art is going on sale on Heritage Auctions. It's got like 12 days or something like that left. 18 days, 17 days left. People can buy this. Now, Jock doesn't get any of the proceeds by this because this is a Heritage Auctions thing. But currently, I see you have it up there on the screen. I was going to see if it was a guessing game, but $45,000 plus fees, $54,000 with fees, can get you this piece of iconic comic book art.
The next bid is, Brian, if we want to get in on this, our next bid is $46,000.
46 grand, sure.
But again, you have to have those fees, so it's really 55,200.
Yeah.
The fees. Oh my god!
Why are these fees so expensive? What's going on?
Because this is Heritage Auction. That's what they charge: taxes, shipping, insurance, all of that stuff.
Oh my gosh,
that's included in the fees.
Ridiculous.
It's like any auction. Like if you watch any like the car show auctions.
Yeah.
There's also fees that it's like it's only $850,000, but with the fees, it's a cool $1 million.
This is like this is like the way that DoorDash works, except exponentially higher. But it's the same idea.
I like Heritage Auctions a lot. And it should be anybody who is a comic book collector or movie memorabilia collector or anything like that. This isn't really a plug for them. They're not paying me any money. I wish they would, though. I would go and check out Heritage Auction on a regular basis because they have some really cool stuff going on. And sometimes that stuff can be bought for less than $1,000. Like I didn't want to go spend $1,000. I went, I think, up to 125 for some original costumes from the Watchmen television show. Like original screen worn costumes. The starting bid was like $50, and I think it ended up at $850 with fees. But I was like, yeah, I'll spend $100 on one of these costumes if I can get it.
Sure.
So it's worth going and checking out. They often have Star Wars things going on. If you are a comic book collector, they have graded and slabbed comics that go on sale quite a bit. This is where Heritage Auctions are the ones that have sold the most recent first appearance of Batman, first appearance of Superman, titles that go for millions of dollars. So they're kind of have become the go-to for high-end collecting.
One of my favorite things about Jock is that he looks nothing like you would expect him to look like.
Oh, really?
Right.
Here he is, Brian. He's just a normal-ass looking guy.
Yeah.
It's like, hi, I'm Jock. I'm normal. I'm the
let
most.
me check you in here at the Grease Monkey. What kind of service is he here for today?
Yeah, I just because then when you see this name and you see that it's like his go by first and last, like this is what he's known by.
Yeah.
You just I don't know what I expect.
I was expecting someone to look a little bit more like this chicken I have with the sunglasses and the mohawk.
Play that again. Oh, I love that thing. There's something. Oh my gosh, this thing's really good at blocking that out when it's far away from the mic. That's awesome.
Really? Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Stephen, this is great. All this stuff can be found at majorspoilers.com. You guys cover a ton of stuff, and of course the podcast and everything else. What do you got going on right now that you would like to tell people at home about?
So speaking of podcasts, we've been off for the last couple of weeks because of, things with Critical Hit. We ended our big Octoon Cthulhu campaign, and now we're taking a little breather, and we are back this Friday with Monster Wranglers. So if you are a fan of Pokemon, this is a Pokemon RPG game, and it looks to be a lot of fun. We've got a couple of games already under our belt, but the first episode drops on Friday/Saturday on the Critical Hit feed, so people can go and check that out there. Also, it's going to get really hot today, and Brian, I know you already know this from your bike ride, but I do need to make sure that everybody stays hydrated.
Oh, do you hear?
Oops, I unmuted myself. I muted myself. That was a manual mute, and now we're all okay.
Okay.
Well, thank you, Stephen. We will remember that, of course. Yes. Okay, quick couple of notes.
Yeah.
Where are we? There we are. Monday show today, 1 p.m. That'll be me and Carter doing our thing. All right?
Sure.
Dad, daughter, that whole thing.
Of course. Doing Monday things.
That's how the theme goes. That's what we even tell you.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah, it's all about Monday stuff. And then Play Retro normally today, but Brian Dunaway's got fingers up his butt, so we're not doing that today.
That's the way it goes.
And instead, he's getting
do Play Retro. What game we play?
Anyway, he's going to be here tomorrow, so we're going to do it tomorrow. Tomorrow, normal time, 4 p.m. in the afternoon, just shifting it a day to accommodate his colonoscopy, which by all accounts so far sounds like everything's gone great. So
sure, good.
I think we're in good shape.
Glad to hear it.
TRP wrote in, quick email to end the show. themorningstream@gmail.com is our email address. Tom is his real name, and he says this: Hey, Shark and Barracuda. Your local neighborhood paleontologist here. We've heard from him before. I was listening to your latest TMS and wanted to drop a line. The blowfish you see in pictures is deformed because it is a deep sea fish that has evolved to live under tremendous pressures. It looks completely different in its natural habitat before it is fished up and brought to the surface, where rapid changes in pressure severely deform it. That's why it looks so weird and different, i.e. the nose. Love the show, though, TRP. So I think somebody had told us that once, and I forgot.
Somebody mentioned it. Somebody mentioned in the chat when we you said blowfish, blobfish.
Did I say blow? I meant blob.
Yeah. We got a lot of people in the chat room who brought it up when we were talking about it last week, that it looks like the one that we show in that photo, which is the commonly shared photo of the blobfish.
Right.
It looks like all weird like that with the big nose, just because it's been brought up from the depths and is.
I'm going to argue it's still pretty ugly even down there, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I haven't looked to find a picture of it, of what it looks like.
Here's a shot. So that's the one we think of, right? Just nasty.
Yeah.
There it is down there. It's a little more fish-like, but it's not it's nothing like this, but it's still.
It's way better there, though. Oh my gosh, because that nose goes boom.
Yeah, that's a good point. No matter what, it's bringing it up is bad news.
Right.
Right?
Exactly.
Because you don't even get a nose down there. There's another one. It's a little more high res.
Just a little bump of a nose, but apparently once it's out of the high pressure sea depths, it's like, it pops out like a.
This is how somebody drew, or this is the 3D rendering of what it looks like once you bring it up full fish.
Oh, jeez.
So it loses its spikes and everything. It's just like.
It does, yeah. Yeah.
The poor thing. What are we doing to these things? Let's not do that. Leave them down there.
Let's keep them down there. Exactly.
Are these those kind of fish that live to be like 300 years old or something like that?
Right. Like I don't know. It's a good question.
Also, somebody thinks they look like Ted Cruz.
They totally do. And
Ted Cruz is
ever since Kimmel pointed that out to me, I cannot unsee it.
Yeah, that's really hard not to see it.
Especially with the beard now, like where like the weird coloring on the bottom half of the blobfish face.
Did you ever see the late I think it was either his high school or early college. There's a video of him in the 90s sitting on somewhere outside talking about titty movies. Have you seen this?
No, but that tracks.
Oh, it's so stupid. It makes me want to punch the screen. Anyway, everyone's a douchebag, everybody. That's the answer to the life, the universe, and everything. All right, we're going to get out of here. Thank you for writing that in TRP. If you want to do that, you can do it at home, themorningstream@gmail.com, or you can text and voicemail us at voicecast.app/TMS. Let's play them out with something cool. What do you got?
Sounds good. Ryan, a.k.a. Ryo Atemi, wrote in and said, I'm turning 46. My youngest twins have just turned 18 and graduated from high school, but I had to miss TMS Vegas this year, so some good and some bad so far this year. Can I get Veronica Belmont telling us she's our best friend? Or maybe a toaster screaming about nuclear Armageddon?
Best friend? I don't remember.
I don't know that one.
What is that one, best friend?
I mean, I know the sausage, and I know the...
do a quick Veronica search, but I don't remember this.
How about a booby? I know is another one of hers, but I can't think of a Veronica Belmont telling us she's our best friend.
All right, I've got a couple here. Let's just see if we can find it. Okay. So here's one. Nope, that's Todd Cochran talking about somebody else's thing. Okay, how about this one? Tough titties. That's Stan Lee calling her a silly person. How about this one?
I don't know if I'm supposed to be hearing this, but I'm not hearing them on my end.
I turned that off. I'm such a dumbass. I don't think anybody can hear it.
Oh, nobody's hearing. Okay.
Yeah, I turned it off. I can fix that, though, really fast. Okay, so how about this one? Yeah, that's not it. Okay, so you missed this one. That's a fun one.
I haven't heard that one. That's funny.
All right, how about this one? Okay. That's all I got.
Isn't there a, I just want to tell Scott Johnson that he's my bitch or something like that?
Is that the one? Hold on. Oh, yeah, I do have that. Okay, yeah, I have that one. Yeah, he is.
That's it.
That's never changed. But
we'll go with that one. All
right, fair enough.
And then he says, if Brian could play his favorite song from Styx's Big Bang Theory covers album, it would make for a great birthday. Well, I'm happy to play that for you, Ryan. It's actually a really good album from Styx called Big Bang Theory. Came out in 2005. And
the Styx, like Styx?
Yeah, like I'm sailing away. That Styx.
No way, Mr. Roboto, all that. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
2005, they released an album called Big Bang Theory, featured a bunch of great covers. You want my favorite? I'll tell you my favorite. It's a song originally by Blind Faith, and it's called Can't Find My Way Home. Here's Styx.
Your pant size is frog. Wear them loud and proud, friend. You're always welcome at frogpants.com.
You like peppers?
Sure.